Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in.
Sorry, I had to repair a model.
Yep,
namely this model.
He was performing a surgery, as the kids say, or as the doctors say, right? Woohoo! Hi, friends. Thanks for the stream, says Danger Boy. Sarcastic Grandpa.
This just makes it more important that we have a gaming area here.
Why is that?
So we don't have to take our models anywhere.
That's a good point. If you're gonna make a very, that's it. Not making money, not giving an amazing experience to the world. No, we just don't want to move our stuff.
The whole point is that we don't want to move our stuff. So we're just gonna have our game. We're gonna open up a game store.
Okay.
Just so we don't have to take our models anywhere to play games.
That's a great idea. And we're gonna do it.
We'll each have a case of our own.
Yep.
And the Chris case.
So the
Jason case, I might need 10.
Now, I will say, this weekend, I was talking about this in our leadership meeting, I put up shelves in my house, and then I bought a glass case, and I put all of my models up. Literally the ones that are not even done, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is where all that money went.
How did that make you? I was going to say, how does that make you feel?
No, it made me feel good because I'm like, oh, I used to just do X, Y, Z. Like I look at my Sylvaneth and I thinking about repriming them.
Oh, really? Just because they were old?
They're cool models, right?
They're back from the days before.
Yeah, they're cool models. I just want to paint them.
You might need to zoom that out. We had that zoomed in from
like that.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So anyway. How we all doing? How we all doing? Jimmy the Saint Muffin Truck.
Howdy!
Put paint on the model. That's the moral of that story.
Always the moral.
Put paint on the model.
Always the moral of the story. Paint the dang
Danger
model.
Boy. I reprimed my monthly challenge model last night, learning a lot, though. Hey, wait a minute.
The dang model.
Wait a second. Are you talking about, Danger Boy, are you talking about this month's challenge? Because you only got a couple of days left, my man. That's a bold move, Cotton.
What?
What's up, Plum Crunchy? How we all doing over here in the Tic Tac lands? Michael B. Woodward, good evening, guys. Good evening to you, sir. Sir, not ye captain. What is Jason gonna do today? Hey, I just want to say it to all of you. We're so glad you're here. Welcome to Monday. Hopefully you do get a chance to put some paint on the model today.
Monday.
Super duper, what's going on? That's good. What is he doing? That's black green. Oh, that's going to be a mighty fine color. Wow. That's just going to look great. Nimrod Gaming, thank you so much for that sub. 52 months. I like me green. Michael, I see you over here on Facebook. I'm going to give you one of these little smiley faces with a heart. Hugs.
Hugs and hearts.
I'm able to focus more on the spirit of the challenge more than anything else, and I'm having more fun. Danger Boy, whatever you need to do, you go for it.
What do you mean? That was good.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's awesome. If you think that's the heart of the challenges, you got to challenge yourself. Chris, you are so late. I managed to finish 2 Empress modern day Australians while I waited.
Okay. Modern day Australians. Are they in
Is that a drink?
Are they in swim trunks and out by the Barbie?
The Bobby.
The Bobby.
Kyle Wood, what's going on? I love Pro Krill. I plan on using the black green on my Lion L. Johnson. That's what he's using.
Such a good color.
Perfect.
Yeah. Such a good color.
Using Valkiv says using one-step paints and regular Pro Krill paints. What would be the paints to use for Caucasian skin, Jason? First question of the day.
I mean, you could definitely do a base with Shadow Flush.
Okay.
From One Step, if you wanted to use the One Step paints. I would put it over, more earthy, ivory tones probably than just straight up white, so that you get a better start to the skin with a little bit of a warmer undercoat. But yeah, and then from then you can use it just like you would any of the regular paints. You could go in with tan flash. You could do what we've done here and work in bright shadow flesh, peach flesh, all of the above. Warm flesh for the sunnier highlights works really good. The world is your oyster, as Chris likes to say.
Me?
Yeah.
Do I say that?
Lots.
Really?
Like, I don't know that you say anything else.
The world is your oyster.
See?
That's good. I'm gonna use that.
What do you mean you're gonna use it? I got it from you.
Droth, did we bring Mondays back? Of course we did. Monument
Was
Hobbies,
it ever a question?
Monument Hobbies is single-handedly responsible for bringing the joy into Mondays.
Yes.
So
the rest of the world's been trying to like steal the joy from Mondays.
We know.
And Monument is dedicated to making sure that Mondays takes back its rightful place as the premier great day.
Put paint
what
on the
better day
Monday.
could there be when you've just had a refreshing weekend? You've had tons of fun hanging out with friends and family.
Yeah.
Maybe you just hung out with yourself and relaxed.
Hey.
And now Monday's back, and it's like, yeah, now let me go prove to the world I can do this.
Let's keep that party going. That's what our motto is here.
What party, Chris? I didn't get invited to a party.
You are the party.
What?
We invited you to you.
Nobody told me. I didn't get any
Party
treats.
Inception. Michael says, it feels like chat fires Chris every stream. Poor guy. Michael, thank you. Michael Woodward, thank you.
So, Mike, let me...
hey, whatever Jason's about to say.
Let me explain to you a little bit about Chris.
I'm going to give you a heart over here on Facebook.
Mike, I'm gonna give you a little bit of info about Chris. You're gonna meet him soon.
TGIM. That's right, Jen.
You're gonna meet him soon, Mike. And I want you to know before that happens that what you see here on stream is. Have you heard of Hollywood?
Hollywood.
It's an
where
act.
The streets are paved with gold.
It's an act. This is all an act. The nice guy face he wears. Right. Oh.
I have to.
Prepare yourself.
I'm the nicest fortress you've ever met. Jan, what's going on, my man? Swifter Bear, I think I screwed up my monthly challenge piece. Was working on a Tyrant and did a pretty vibrant yellow to Wizard's Butt blue underpainting, then put some petroleum brown wash over it. Now it's extremely dulled. Okay.
Might have to just work it back up. Yeah. If you darkened it up too much, you can do the same thing again. Just try in step 2 or in phase 2, we'll call it. Work your colors back up, and then don't be as aggressive with the wash, the petroleum wash. Go back in and thin it more so that it has less of that impact. But it sounds savable. I mean, anything you can paint twice.
Anything's savable.
It's all able to be redone.
Conquer says, can you remind us what you use for the wolf fur?
So on the main wolf here, it's all just the warm flesh over red oxide, the dry brush of white, and then the bright slate gray from One Step Set 2. So it's just we made it so it would be like a shadow color for white.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Over the top of that. Now, I did go back. I say it's all it is. Then I did go back with some graphite gray from set 1 and put it in the shadows. Thin it down and put it in the shadows so that we have some darkness so you can see kind of there where I've created a light on the fur this way and then it darkens over here. I did that with the graphite gray. And I still have a little bit of that reddish undertone.
Yeah. It's great.
Works really great. And then all of these were just variations on a theme. This was warm brown 1 step. This was graphite gray 1 step. This was dark brown 1 step. And this was the same bright slate gray again. And then I took some magenta wash mixed with advanced flesh tone.
Yep.
And made the skin tone colors and did that down here as well. That's where I get the pinkishness, the raw pinkishness skin on the feet for all of them, and the muzzle.
The feetses.
The footses.
The fotsleys.
The footses.
DJ Snazzy says, loving the green cloak here. This is my favorite model from the last year or so being painted on stream. Oh.
It's a great model. I wish it would have performed better for me on Friday night than it did.
Oh,
I was hoping that we could bring him back and paint with all the astounding tales of my successes. This model was more than disappointing.
When I came over to your guys' table, I was hearing some back and forth with you guys, like trying to figure out where you were talking about the fight. So it didn't
at the end.
Yeah, it didn't perform the way you wanted.
This model definitely did not.
Oh, why? Why? Or was it just Jordan's army?
My dice.
Oh.
Jordan's playing a little bit of a boogeyman army right now because Fane of Nero is new and nobody really knows what to do about it. And the people who meta game in their heads talk about how simple it is. Just do this. Like, okay, but you're playing against Jordan. Who, Jordan, if you're listening, Jordan's a big meta player. Like he will meta a list together, and he had a good list. Good on him. And it put up a good fight, and it was a great game. But at the end, it was just like, what are you talking about? You have this power that can just be used anytime you want.
So much power.
And it was kind of brutal. That army is a little bit brutal.
Okay, so it's brutal to fight against.
Yeah, it just takes... I'm still on the fence with it. I went and gave it a bunch of thought over the weekend on where I did right and wrong. And I did some things wrong because I had never played this army before, and I was just trying to say, okay, well, I'm going to see what it'll do. So I threw some stuff upfield to see if it would survive, and had a pretty good time of it until it was time to start committing to the kill or the end game, and there just was no way for me to do so with this army. I was going to lose on attrition. That became very apparent. After he has an 8-point solo that can take out a 16-point heavy in one go, so that's a little lopsided. That's not good returns. I don't like that. He has probably the highest powered unit in the game in Fane of Nero, which is their solo cavalry unit. And then my solo cavalry unit that costs a point more, this guy had 0 output for the whole game.
Interesting.
Didn't kill a single model with this guy.
But he's such a cool model. How is that possible?
Well, and it should do much better.
Yeah.
I have to get corpse efficiency down. This model collects corpses that make it more powerful.
Yes.
And so I have to get my corpse efficiency down with the list if I'm going to run him. I really think that this model's probably not primed to be in the list I was running because I can't really see making room for any other corpse generation.
Okay.
And if he can't make corpses on his own, which if your opponent's good, they're just not going to feed you chumps for him to shoot and get corpses because he has a powerful spear throw. And it just was tough. It was tough aligning everything right as I was trying to learn. I felt like my moves were pretty good. I feel like my tactics were pretty sound. Jordan's army has some boogeyman style features to it that make it very difficult to play against.
Yeah.
But learning that is part of the game. So I don't think it's unkillable. Jordan's a good player, and he has a good idea of what he wants the army to do, and he reads up on his stuff and does his homework.
Yeah.
And he just built that list. He built that list that was built to win. And I think it's pretty good. And that army doesn't even have most of its stuff available yet, which is what's really scary. Like, they're still only with, 1 or 2 casters and not a whole lot of units. So you can see how doing the black-green kind of light over the top of this, not mixing it with one-step medium or anything, but just very light because black-green is a fairly translucent color on its own. And so by doing it fairly thin, I say fairly thin, like middle, we'll call this midway thin, right? So
yeah.
I'm not at full glaze potential here, but, fairly low opacity. And you can see how it's letting our brightness and darkness shine through and giving us a pretty good transition effect on top of it right out of the gates.
Looks really good.
So,
Super Duper John said, I had a random encounter with Facebook Marketplace and met Edgma Hobbies, Enygma, ENYGMA. Hobbies. He was telling me that you and him used to stream together. He's a great dude, and I have a place to war game now. Oh,
Who?
okay, cool, awesome.
Who?
Egma. I'm butchering it. Let me go back up. Where is it? I lost this one. That's why.
John, tell us again who you're talking about.
Yeah, tell us, Super Dupa.
Chris is butchering names.
Oh, sorry, Enigma.
Enigma Hobbies.
Yeah, Enigma Hobbies.
Sorry,
Did
they have a name?
It. Yeah. What was their name though?
Enigma Hobbies.
Where are you?
I don't want to not remember somebody, but I don't remember that name.
Yeah. Just let us know.
We've been doing this longer than my old brain will allow me to remember everybody.
He's been doing it for 59 years.
59. No, that's not true.
Snowblinky says, "What's the difference between brown wash, transparent brown, and one-step brown?" Ooh. Sorry, I need to go back up and crap.
It's funny because I'm going to be snarky and tell you that it's in the name. And it is once you learn what those all mean, right? So the brown wash is by its name a wash. So it is formulated to have a higher surface tension so that when you paint it on, it pulls itself along the surface and allows you to have pigment pool in recesses and act like a shade and all the fun stuff that washes do. And then the transparent is just that, right? It is a brown that is just of a higher transparency, but does not have anything that changes the way it flows. The transparents are just paints that you can see through a little bit easier right out of the bottle. You can make washes out of them with like the glazed wash medium and such, but in their own natively, they do not do that. They are just paint that when you paint them on, you can see through. They stay where you put them. They don't flow any differently than normal paints. They're a little less viscous, so they're a little thinner feeling than some paints, but they are not really going to have any difference in how they paint on the model. So once you apply them, that would paint on just like this color that I'm doing now. Won't flow into recesses, won't do anything special. Just goes where you put it, stays there, and allows you to do things like glazing very simply, altering like shadows, airbrushing into the shadows with colors and things like that. They're great for that. Mixing with other colors.
Yeah. My eye was playing tricks on me. It's because your paper is lighter because you were spraying it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, what's going on with this?
Yeah.
I'm like,
it has overspray from all the stuff I did on Friday.
I'm like, what is going on? Okay.
And then one step is the kind of hybrid between the two. So one-step colors will flow like washes, but have the impact of a normal paint, meaning that as you put them over the surface, they'll color the surface like you see me doing right now. And you will get, like if I was using one-step green right now, it would be coloring the surface green 100%, but would also take more pigment to flow into the recesses to darken the recesses even further than it colors the top areas. So it's kind of a combo in that regard, which is what you want from all of those, contrast style, speed paint style paint. Something that is going to have a higher tint strength, so it turns the whole model a color, while also giving you the benefits of a wash to give you that multi-layer contrast that darkens up recesses, so that you look like you've done way more painting on the model than you really have with a very simple application. So that's the difference. They all do very similar things, and that you were talking about filtering. In all those cases, a wash is a filter. The transparents are a type of filter, and that you paint them on over the top of other colors, and they let those other colors show through. And one step is a filter again, right? Anything where you take a color that is see-through, put it over another base color, is a filter. And so all of them provide that same filtering aspect, but they do it in different ways depending on how you want the color to apply.
There you go.
That's Chris's, I'm not paying attention.
No, I'm paying
yeah,
attention.
Yeah,
Whoa, hey there.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, and we are.
That's his other one.
Because we are.
That's his other one.
Put paint on the model.
Oh, yeah.
But they're all different tools for different things. but they could all be the same. Now, what happens if you mix them all together?
Oh,
Jason?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm reading questions. Isaac Schaefer. I bought some Nicolazo yellow. It looks like a delicious mustard. Oh. Do you have any suggestions on what I might use this color for other than putting it on a hot dog?
I mean,
I don't know, life.
The hot dog is
Isaac
that's
Schaefer.
the whole thing we did for it.
What are you
the whole
talking
reason
about?
it exists is to go on hot dogs.
For legal purposes, we can neither confirm nor deny, and yes, we can confirm and deny that you should do anything edible with the paint or eatable.
Nickel Azo Yellow's sole
don't eat
purpose,
any of it, but don't eat any
sole
of it.
purpose in this world is to go on hot dogs.
Gosh darn it, Super Duper. This is your doing.
So I'm going to be very blunt with you. The one paint you never want to put on a hot dog is Nickel Azo Yellow.
I was just about to say,
like if for some reason someone were holding a gun to your head and said, you have to put one of these paints on a hot dog or you're gone.
Just don't do that one.
Don't pick Nickel Azo Yellow.
That's the
It's
only
the one that has a warning that states it actually has nickel in it.
I'm like,
don't put this on hot dogs.
Dino Master, do you have any tips for painting purple orcs?
Well, now we didn't answer the question.
No, I did. Everything.
Nickel Azo is a great color for, you can base with it. It is highly transparent on its own, so it will show the base colors through it, much like the filtering that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're placing it over a color that accentuates it, like like a warmer yellow or a darker yellow, like even something like a light umber or a yellow ochre, something like that, and it will start to liven those up. Or glaze with it, right? We've shown you glazing over like value sketches to create gold armor, things like. It's a great color. It is very nurgly. One of the colors that we're coming out with in the One Step Set 2, the olive yellow, is in that same vein as a greenish yellow. That's just a really great.
Yeah, on those texture trainers, it was great.
My cloak's just almost done, just with one pass thin of black.
Honestly, it looks pretty good.
I mean, it's like, I don't know that we have to do a whole lot more with the way we underpainted that. We do, but that gives us a good start.
Do you have any tips for painting purple orcs? I got a beast boss from a Warhammer tournament over the weekend. Okay.
Well, congrats. Purple? Did you win?
Yeah, and I got a war boss from tournament. I'm giving it to a friend who's interested in Warhammer tabletop gaming as a whole, so I'm looking to see if the paint's needed for the very least skin. Okay.
Purple skin.
I
like starting purple skin with either something like dark plum, something that's in the reddish tones, or dark blue. I think both work well. I think that the dark plum can give it kind of a nice warmth to make it feel like there's blood under the skin, which is nice. And then work up off of the dark plum and or dark blue with something like royal purple into purple, right? And then like faded plum as a highlight. Those work great. Absolutely great.
Ogre's got a question for you.
Ogre, quick question. I tried to do black armor and overdid the blue-black one step. Can I recover by glazing from the bottom up with black wash or transparent black thinned with special sauce to recover more black tinted blue? Wait. When you say you overdid it with the dark blue-black, what happened? Is it too dark or too blue? Like not dark enough? Because you could just put another coat of dark blue black if it's the latter. If you just need it to be darker in the shadows, you could thin it down and put another coat on to retain some of the blue black. You're not going to get the blue black by doing any of the things that you've said, right?
Ogre says it looks too blue down here.
It looks too blue.
Yeah.
I think I would do another coat of the blue black. Or if it is too blue, you can do the black wash on it for sure. Yeah, that's what you wrote that was my assumption. Is you meant you got too much of the blue out of it, so you thinned it probably too much and put it over a bright like white undercoat, and it was just too bang on blue. You can either not thin it, put another coat on. I don't want to say not thin it. You might overdo it then, because now you've got two coats technically. Might thin it and put another coat on again if you like that hue, or the black wash over it. Remember that the black wash, if you put it over the top of everything, will dull some of that blue down. So if you want to keep that blue in the midtones and highlights, just do like you said and put the black wash into the recesses. Go back up because there was another question up there
about washes.
Yeah.
Let me go right here. I'll read it for you.
It was about glaze wash.
Yeah, can you talk about the difference between glaze and wash and when you use it over the other? Here, let me go. There's not
the difference between a glaze and a wash. Can you talk about what the difference is between glaze and wash and when to use one over the other? So a glaze is a thin down opacity paint. It's what we just did basically, although this was a heavy glaze, if anything, right? So I can still see some of the brightness and the darkness shining through my green, right? You can see how you can see some dark areas and bright areas because I did what I would call a heavy glaze or a heavy filter of this green over that, meaning that, you're painting with a color that has less opacity, typically by using a medium or water. Water is a medium, but using something like water so that you can see the details underneath the color, right? So like when I glaze over the top of that tooth on my tattoo, you can still see the darkness of the outline of the tooth. So it's great for glazing, changes the color of something, again, a colored filter over the top that still allows you to see everything underneath. So even that red accent mark is still showing up as a little bit of red or a brown underneath the green there, right? So it allows you to move coloration and darken it. You can use this for effects. You can imagine like doing a Nurgle army and painting it in like bone colors and then doing a green wash or a green glaze over the top in areas to make it look like that Nurgle-y gross, right?
Yeah.
A wash does the same thing, but also then moves across the model differently. A glaze is going to stay where you put it, like what I just showed you, right? So if I painted, even if I thin the paint down to a glazing standard, where again, I can see through it like this, right? If I can still go in and I can do like lettering with it even, right? Right? I can do whatever I need to do here. Make circles, because the paint just stays where you put it, okay? So as you are painting with a less opaque paint, you can still do regular paint things. I can still do, hatching and texturing and whatever I want to do. It's just going to be see-through. A wash won't do this stuff as well because a wash is meant to skate along the surface to pull most of the pigment into the recesses by gravity. So if you put it on something, it will darken in the recesses and leave less of the color over the high spots. Imagine like if you put Rain-X on your window, on your windshield of your car, and then it rains. The rain hits and beads up and slides off the windshield and doesn't leave much moisture on the windshield, right? That's what a wash is. It has more surfactant in it so that it basically has a higher I'm blowing it, but surface tension. So it doesn't bead up on the model visibly, but that's what it's doing. Is it's sheeting itself off of the surface and leaving less pigment up on the high spots and letting gravity pull it down in the low spots. When would you use them? A wash is basically when you want to do a shade on a model, like the person that just said they put a one-step coat of blue-black on the model. It was too blue. They wanted to darken it up. Do a black wash. The black wash will leave less of the black on the highlights where they want that blue-black to show through and put more black in the shadows to give you more contrast. That's why most of the washes you find are dark colors. You don't typically find washes in bright colors because they don't do what you need them to do. Having a bright color go into the shadows doesn't make any sense most times. It can if you're doing like weird glow effects and plasma, but you're typically creating those on your own. Very rare to find a bright wash. And glazes, you might glaze a bright color as a highlight. So, Avian,
tell them we sent you.
Yeah.
Tell them to make hard plastic models. Draw says, how would you recommend doing a gloss varnish first before a wash? There's a lot of different, lots of flat surfaces.
Sometimes I don't really ever do it, but I don't find myself doing washes on models where I need to very often. And if it is, it's for weathering, and I don't normally care. But especially when using paints that are ultra matte finish like ours, if you put a wash over the top of ultra matte paints, you might see a little bit of that color hanging on to the surface more. It'll tint the surface more because there's a rough texture to it at a microscopic level, and so the pigment will grab it. If you put a gloss finish on it first and then you let that cure, then when you put the wash on it, skates along the surface more aggressively and puts more pigment in the low spots, so it can have a definite more highly divided contrast that it provides if you do a gloss on it first. I typically don't paint that way because I don't need it. just for the way I'm wanting the models to look. I typically will stage my paints to the point to where when I put the wash on it, I'll go back and highlight things again to bring the contrast back onto it. But if you're going quick, gloss varnish is a great way to do that.
Any plans for a wet palette, Jason?
No, not right now. I don't use them. So one of the things that we do around here is that we only sell the products that we use and stand behind 100%. I don't use a wet palette very often. And so for me, it's Jordan uses one.
Yeah, a lot of you do.
And a lot of people do. I just don't stand behind them as much. I have an idea for one that if I could make it work and make it actually solve the problem I'm trying to solve with it, then yeah, I'll make it. And I would use it if I can make it work right. But the way they exist today, they're not a good tool, in my opinion.
Golden cane. Thank you. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Glad that answered your question. Is that a Lord of the Hunt you're working on? Yes. From Warmachine.
I think it's his lesser-known cousin that doesn't know how to throw a spear. Personally. You heard me, model. Be better.
This is Prince of the Occasional Outing.
Yes, this is, yes. Prince of the Occasional Outing. He underwhelmed me at Friday night game night. I was very underwhelmed. I think he needs, to my fault, he needs way more corpse management, and I didn't have the ability to do that. But he had an opportunity to kill some models and get some corpses. And here people could blame me because I don't practice rolling dice enough.
What do you mean?
But I attacked a group of character models. Right? And didn't kill any.
Oh. But Jason, he has so many wolves next to him, and he's such a cool model.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think he would kill something?
He looked good doing nothing on the table, even though he wasn't fully painted.
Hey.
It's a gorgeous model. Like, one of my favorite models out of all of Warmachine of all time. It's a great sculpt, right? It really is a fantastic sculpt. And yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of fun painting him, and he better start performing better, or he's going to go against the wall.
Droth, you're really nailing it right here. Is there a plan to release the missing brush sizes between Dauntless and Pros? Dauntless are all odd sizes, and Pro Synthetic are all even sizes. That's the point!
It's not true. The Pro Synthetic have a size 1.
But no, I don't believe so, Droth.
The only thing that the Dauntless bring in are the 3 and 5.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think we're planning on that, Jason. Correct?
How is he supposed to feel confident in his throws when he's missing his color? Oh, he was fine throwing the game. Oh, you meant throwing a spear. Sorry.
Sleepy Wolf. Yeah, there's a lot of wet palettes out there. There's a lot.
Yeah, because, it requires, on products like that, we don't just buy things that are already made and stamp our name on them. We would have to make it, and doing the plastics molding for a case or whatever we decided to make the case out of would be an investment. So it does need to be something that works. But like I said, if I have an idea. It's on the product dev timeline. And if it works and it meets my specifications and does what I want it to do, then it would be something that would be used here on stream, and I would show you, and I would use it like we always do. And if it winds up being something that blows my socks off, then yeah, we would.
Drains and Gaming.
So I never say no, but it's far off.
We talk about the wet palette thing, Drains and Gaming, all the time, just in general of, why Jason doesn't use it and blah, blah, blah. We talk about it all the time.
Oh, Jeff before Dishonor, that sucks, right? Yeah, anytime you get a matte varnish that gets kind of hazy is a bummer. The rule of poor dice rolling, take one and destroy the die in front of the cohort. They will redouble their efforts. Never works for me, man. Never works for me.
A wet palette with a glass palette insert.
They make that. They make that already. You won third place this weekend in a small painting competition. Sweet. Awesome, Emery. Congrats. Congrats. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. That's always a good feeling. Big congrats to you. Hope it was fun. Zilfer says you should make sure it's compatible with the go bag range dimensions or else. Oh, dimension-wise. I thought you were trying to say or else.
Or else.
Or what? I'll make one that just doesn't even fit in it. It's like 4 feet long.
Zilfer, You know,
I'll
it's
call it the
better than
magic
that.
carpet palette.
The magic carpet palette. It's 6 feet by 6 feet.
Yes. Well, I was thinking 6x4.
Here's a question for you.
How would one desaturate magenta wash without changing its overall value? So when you desaturate, you naturally change value. That's just going to come along with it. Because you're spreading pigment further, so it's going to show whatever the underlayer is. So whether you wanted it for its brightness or you wanted it for its darkness, as soon as you start to desaturate it, you lose value. That's what desaturation is, right? Desaturating towards white can actually gain you value because you're moving towards white, which would be brighter than the color you mixed it with. Desaturating toward gray, in theory, should hold your value better, but in typical, it reduces the value overall by a smidge. And then, of course, black reduces your value all the way down to nil as you approach black. So, and then thinning will alter saturation by letting the undercolor show through. So again, whatever color's underneath it will move it like a white, gray, or black would, even if it's, me glazing over this green would move whatever color I put on it into a darker value, assuming that it was a lighter color, or a lighter value maybe if it was a much darker color like black. But that's how saturation works. So when you say you want to take the magenta wash and desaturate it but not lose value, that's not really possible. Let me think. You could take something like, let's try this. This is a good question because I want to show visually what we're talking about here. The painting question is magenta wash.
Yeah.
Right? So if we put some magenta wash out, let me talk about these kind of concepts of saturation. Full saturation is how it comes out of the bottle. You won't get more saturation out of a color out of the bottle unless you add something like, to this magenta wash, I could probably put like red transparent in it and get it to be a more vibrant color, right? But if I couldn't like really make more saturation, it is what it is, right? But to desaturate it, you have, so let's just take the paint as it is, right out of the bottle, boom, right? That's what you're going to get. Okay, so that's full saturation. Now, when I start adding water to it aggressively to turn it into a, less impactful color, so when I put it on the model, it has less of it showing, I get something like this, right? And that desaturates by thinning opacity, because now more of my skin shows through and desaturates the color by making a blend. Basically, when you blend colors together, you're desaturating one or both. And in this case, I'm desaturating both the skin color because I put the magenta over the skin color to darken it. And I'm also desaturating the magenta by brightening the magenta with the brighter skin tone underneath it, right? So that's not going to reach this saturation. So that's what we're talking about. And then with value, you see how you lost that too, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Technically not. I didn't brighten or darken the color. I brightened or darkened the end component of how the color looks. The color itself is still the same value. It's just there's less of it on the model, so it has less impact, and it seems brighter over here than it does here because of the brightness of my skin being able to show here more than it does here. So that's the problem. Now, could you desaturate it color-wise? Probably. Let's take a little bit of the one-step graphite gray because it's a good tone. Right? When we talk about toning, tint, tone, and shade, tinting is adding white, toning is adding gray, and shading is adding black. So if I put out a little bit of gray, that should tone it. This is a good neutral gray color in graphite, right? Let's take a little bit of water on my brush, get a little bit of the gray, mix it in with a little bit of the magenta over here to get a second color. This should darken up our magenta just a hair with the gray, right? But also give you a desaturated color of magenta. Yeah, see? So that's giving me something that is more on par for the same saturation, but not the same value, but desaturated as a color. So I've moved the magenta into a different color by adding the gray, but I'm still at similar value when I don't have it in the reflective. Like you can see that this one's a little bit brighter than this one, but not by much.
But it definitely looks,
But you're changing your color, right? Because
Right.
you're mixing it in. So it's like when we show the color wheel, right? When you go to shade and add grays and blacks to a color, this is what's happening.
yeah.
You're desaturating your color as you tone and shade a color.
Mm-hmm.
This is full saturation at the outside rim, and this is desaturated as you work in towards black.
Mm-hmm.
Same with white. You're desaturating the color, right? You get less color as you mix another color into it. Eventually, this way, you're increasing the value. It's getting brighter as we desaturate because we're adding white. Here, you're darkening the color and lowering the value because you're adding gray or black. And that's really the only way that works. So you may have your terms mistaken and clarify for me there, but hopefully that showed you what you can be doing. I'm not sure if you really wanted to have a different color of the magenta wash, or if you just didn't want it to be as impactful, right, but stay the same color. Because you can just thin with water and have it be less impactful on the model, but the same color. Or you can change it and have it be just as impactful on the model, right, but a different color. Does that make sense?
Right.
Same color, less impact. Different color, more impact.
Matthias, I think that answers your question. Let us know if it doesn't.
Jason Trump says, if only my fine art teacher was not a stuck-up old school oil painter. I've run into some of them over my time. I think I want to be closer to adding white. What paint in the line could accomplish that? Transparent white?
Oh, yeah, transparent white.
You're still trying to make it still be pink, but more pastel. Yeah, transparent white would work really well. Because it doesn't, so adding titanium white is going to have a tremendous impact on it because it is very opaque. You could thin down transparent white to make it less opaque and then add it in if you just have bold titanium white sitting around and no transparent white. Otherwise, transparent white works really well because transparent white doesn't have as much overall tint strength to it. So it's going to impact the color much less. Like if I take some transparent white here, let me get it. We'll put a little bit out on the palette here. And this is a zinc-based white rather than a titanium-based white, so it has much lower opacity because of that. So if I take some of that, mix it in with the color over here, then I'm going to get more of a bubblegum magenta. Right? Mm-hmm. But still, like I said, now we're doing the same thing we did with the gray. We still have a high impact color, but it's going to be a brighter value, and you're going to shift the color into that pinkishness. So add gray, darken it, shift the color to gray, add white, brighten it, and shift the color towards, the pink.
Right.
Or the white. But they're all still very similar impact on the model. Whereas just thinning it gives you less impact. Make sense?
Yeah. And I'm not just saying that. I think that was a great example, Jason. Yes, that's perfect. That's what I want.
Winner,
Hooray!
Chicken dinner. Transparent green is a phthalo green blue shade, yes. It's more blue. You can get it to lean more yellow if you just add some transparent yellow to it, if you want it to be. All the transparents are single pigment except brown. As a painter new to the hobby, why do manufacturers not show paints directly on a model on their product pages? Appreciate your primer would make a difference, but swatches versus reality seem to differ. It would be the same with a digital photo. That's the problem. So most people don't take the time with the model photo because it all goes digital before it goes on the web to your eyes, and it all has the same problem of color matching.
It is very...
It's the bane of our existence because everybody's monitor is different and the way color shows on everybody's monitor is different. So we go to great pains for the swatches here to be identical to the paint pull down, or as identical as we can, because we don't make our paints with any kind of a digital hex code coloring or
even when we try to do that,
Well, we don't. We just don't make our paints that way.
yes.
We don't ever try to do that.
I
So
meant
when
the
I make
digital
paints, we
version.
make paints from pigment, and we just
Yeah.
mix pigment together. We don't use any codes or references or anything like that. So when we get done with a color, it wasn't built off of a digital pre-concept. But once we pull them down and scan them, we get
That's
as
what I
close
meant.
as possible, and then Ryan and Chris edit the color to be visually on a color-corrected, big, expensive monitor. I go
Yeah.
look at it with them. We get it dialed in. I mean, we get there to the point where I'm like, less green, more red on
Yeah,
the RGB
it's-
sliders or the CMYK sliders. And I'm like, okay, yeah, perfect. That looks really good. And then as soon as we print a label to go on our bottles, or as soon as we put it
Yeah.
on the web,
It's all
it
good.
looks like garbage.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
just-
matter what you do.
We literally do our best to do
There's
that.
just no right or wrong. It's the bane of being a paint manufacturer. Unless that's why Home Depot has it right, and why when you go in there, you actually have paper that's coated with the color,
Yeah.
so that it looks exactly like the color you're going to get, or as close to it as possible.
Yeah, and
You have to have it physically in front of your face to do that dial in. Otherwise, it's just close approximation is the best we can do.
yeah, we that's kind of like what I was saying, is that we digitally will do our best with that, but it's always a crapshoot. I mean, it's just difficult. There's a lady involved. Please help. Old college friend. Okay, we are in our 50s. It's for present. How do I mix up a glittery periwinkle for mermaid scales?
A glittery color?
Glittery periwinkle for mermaid scales.
Bring up periwinkle first, because I never remember what periwinkle is.
Yeah, it
Periwinkle
is
is like a
like a
pinkish purple.
something like that. Yeah, it's like a
Oh, it's blue. It's like our So faded ultramarine is a close color in our line that you can get, right?
bright periwinkle is almost exactly. That's almost faded ultramarine, right?
So what we call faded ultramarine is a very close approximation to periwinkle. If you want to make it sparkly, legitimately sparkly, we have a paint called metallic medium.
yeah,
And the metallic medium is a paint that has no color to it other than the mica flake. So mica is like fish scale, right? It's like pearlescent fish scale type miniature pigment pieces. And so you can take these two and mix them together. The idea of the metallic medium is to turn normal paints into sparkly paints.
Look how shiny that is.
Yeah, it's the idea is to turn normal paints into sparkly paints, because our normal paints are very matte and very true to color.
Yeah.
But if you want to make them sparkly, there's a couple ways you can do it. This is going to be fun. I like to paint my fingernails on stream, so here we go. Right?
Getting pretty.
So the one of the ways to do it is to basically just paint the surface that you want to paint with the color you want. Not even worry, just, mix the paint up, paint the surface. Don't worry about the sparkle part first. Just worry about getting the paint on the surface. Right? I'll let that dry for a second. But just cover it with the color you like.
Pinky Paints, appreciate the comprehensive response. Going to start petitioning my local to put the paint onto a model. Some of our local stores actually do that.
Yep.
Where they'll paint it and then
they'll have
put
like
it
a
on
little 3D
swatch.
printed thing swatched. Now this way I've mixed the color with the metallic medium. So I'll paint on the side here. And this is going to lighten the paint a little bit because of the fact that the medium itself has the, even though it doesn't have any coloring to it, like I said, the mica flake would read as a kind of a translucent white, opalescent or pearlescent paint.
Yeah.
So that's it, just mixed with it, right? And so that's kind of like that bright periwinkle that we saw. But notice how it has a shine. See, on this side, there's no shine because our paints are very matte, but this side already has the shine built in because the medium is in there already. Now, what you can do also is on this side where we just painted the blue, if you want the color to be more intense, you just paint the color. Then you get a little bit of water on your brush and just get the metallic medium by itself. Right, I'm going to wipe this off.
Once you get glitter in one paint, it's in all your paints.
Yes. And then you can just lightly take the metallic medium and put it over the blue.
Shiny.
right? And so now I've made the other side shiny, but I've had more color. So it depends on if you want to reduce the impact of the color, you can mix them together. If you want more of the color, paint the color first and then put the medium over the top.
Yeah.
You'll still get a very shiny outcome either way, right?
Yep.
And you can go back and add more layers and mix it more or whatever. You can even do the metallic medium over the top of this one, although it'll desaturate the color like we just talked about and reduce its value even more.
Yep.
Right? But that's how you get that glittery color in whatever you want as a base.
L Fire Spray, 7 months. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, L. We appreciate that sub.
What's going on, El? Okay, dog.
Somewhat civil. Perfect. Thank you. I've tried and failed several times. I was mixing from purple. Darker periwinkle.
I think that the faded ultramarine with a little bit of maybe royal purple mixed in with it, or just purple or plum, something like that, with just a spot of that in it to move it a little bit more towards the red would work great. Could probably put a little bit of red transparent in it instead, and that would also do it too.
Oh, I do have an ooh-ah sound, right?
Ooh. It doesn't do the ah.
Oh.
It doesn't do the ah.
No, it's just ooh.
Well, that's horrible.
Whoa.
Well, that's horrible.
Whoa. It's like we're going over a roller coaster. Oh, there you go. Ah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for the advice, Jason. The other day on using the red skin from the Oni. Okay. Came up for perfect corn demon skin with orange-red highlights. Heck yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you do the yellow underneath like we talked about?
Beef Berkey, did you? Big Bob Zilla, 111 months. You mean to tell me after all this time this isn't paint of the month club? I still don't have any in the mail monthly. Hey.
Oh, it's in the mail.
Yeah, have you not been checking, Big Bob? Because if you haven't for 111 months,
who checks your mail, Bob?
Yeah, we got a massive problem, man.
You need to talk to that person.
Call your congressman. Yeah, yellow underneath, then a Payne's Gray wash.
Oh, very cool.
Whoa. Ah. Ooh. There you go. Is that what you wanted?
That was horrible.
Ooh. Jason, that nail is looking very, very pretty. It's very shiny.
It's
See what he does for the people?
I take one for the team. I was just about to say.
That's right. See what Jason does for all of you.
I take one for the team. I have to tell Jen, no, we can't go out to dinner tonight.
Because he doesn't want to embarrass anybody with being fabulous.
With being fabulous.
If I play house kales, should I make them all sparkle in the sun? Kalis? What's that? House Kalis?
Yeah, the elves that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Make them sparkle in the sun?
You could. Because, why not?
You mean like the undead vampire? Or is this a...
that's the vampire
Is this a Twilight reference? What's happening here exactly?
I think that's what this is.
So what's happening here? Why am I the one catching these and Chris
Jason,
just
right
that
over
was
right
great. Over your head there, Chris? And I've never even seen Twilight.
I've seen it once.
He admits it.
Oh yeah, my our friends group. There was a couple of us who haven't watched them from start to finish. And
was this a Gabe thing?
This was a Gabe thing.
This sounds like a Gabe thing.
And my, what a saga!
That's a treat.
It was something.
You can't make me. I won't do it.
There was a couple moments. Jen. No, that's Jabe. You both had the same color. Jabe says, "Whoa, hey now, you did." It was a very interesting experience. It was very dramatic.
It's a very Gabe thing to do.
Why is that?
And then not watch Spaceballs.
Wait a minute. I'm putting two and two together now. Gabe, this is all your fault. Was Chris implying before that a congressman was stealing paints out of the mail? Potentially, Game Delay, I don't know. I only heard that's a very Gabe thing to do. Oh, well, Jabe, you're a little late. Elle says you need to watch it, Jason. Can we get
Not a chance.
Can we stream Jason just watching Twilight?
Oh, God.
Do you know how many times we'd have
if
to
you had a
pause for
reaction
commentary?
video of me being stuck in front of a TV watching Twilight, have you ever seen A Clockwork Orange?
Yes.
It would be like when he's in reprogramming therapy.
Putting little eye drops on his eyes.
Yeah, my eyelids are propped open. That would be exactly the reaction you get out of me.
That would be great content, says Jabe. I think we're more likely to see a wet palette at Monument before Jason watches Twilight in full. That's my call right there.
That's a pretty good call.
That's my hot take immediately.
That's a pretty good call. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably a good one.
Danger Boy says, "Oh, speaking of Gabe, he replied to a message I sent. It reminded me of how much we love you all and how much you really do connect to us. Thank you, Monument Team."
Hey, thank you.
No free pub for that guy. What are you talking about? No free pub. He's okay. He does his job well, I guess. Hey, Danger Boy, we love you too. We do it for you. We do it for the people. And by we, I mean Gabe.
Chris, you do a lot for the people, too.
I do El Nino.
El Nino.
Jason won't watch Twilight because of El Nino, says Ghost Hunter.
Oh, there's a lot of reasons why I won't watch Twilight.
One, because it might be a horrible saga. It's pretty wild dramatic. Now, we did watch it as a friend group to watch and laugh at.
Yeah, sure.
Because I was
So that would be more highly interactive, right?
Laughing.
That would be like going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show or something, right?
I was
where
laughing
everybody knows the lines and makes fun of it the whole time.
I was laughing a lot. And then there was one thing, no spoilers, but then they killed off the one guy potentially I liked. But I'm not going to say this because they did, but they didn't, but they didn't. Hey, you know what? No spoilers here, but if you haven't seen it yet, that's on you.
I was going to say, it survives the spoiler test because it's been out for, 30 years or something like that.
It's been out forever, Jason, but it's so fun to laugh at. That's what I'm saying, Gabe.
So I get, Gabe, that's your cover story. I understand that you need a cover here, but it's not gonna happen on my watch.
It was hilarious. I don't want to ruin it for Jason though, so I won't say it because we really want that wet palette.
Oh, I get it. I see what's happening.
I guess that's what's happening. I don't use a wet palette.
So I did not hear this as either I make a wet palette or I'm forced to watch Twilight. That was not how I read it. Does
Monument Hobbies make a wet palette or does Jason watch Twilight? Tune in next time.
God, could I get a better set of choices than this?
You will dance.
I feel like this is a really bad set of choices.
Hey, Chris, whatever happened to Saturday night? Pigman, what are you talking about? Did I forget something on Saturday night? What are you speaking of? I don't know what you're speaking of. Gabe says, I have a projector and a projector screen. We could do this. I don't think it's happening, Gabe.
You might not be listening very well.
Typically, I'll back you up on things. This one, I can't participate in. Good luck. Good night and good luck.
Good night and good luck.
Oh, the line from Rocky. Yes. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is that what you're talking about, Pikmin? I understand now. Because somebody was mentioning that.
That was me, Chris.
And somebody, I mean Jason.
That was me.
I think this is a perfect product release for Doppelganger Jason. Rubbermaid tote full of water, says Big Bob. Okay. Big Bob, that's why we love you. And we want you to stick around.
Doppelganger Jason. How did I get such a B-rate doppelganger?
Who's that?
Rubbermaid
tote
fast
full of water.
What do you put on your fingers? Fast something?
What are you talking about?
Fast.
I've never done that in my entire life.
Yeah, you have.
What are you talking about right now?
Ugh.
Who are you?
Can we look up the definition for gaslighting real quick?
Gaslighting is what I do after I have a taco. Hey, swing! Speaking of swing, welcome in, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Thank goodness you're here, actually. Because what will we do without you? I know 15 things we would do, and they don't exist because you're here with us right now. See how I did that? I landed that plane.
You know,
a lot of sighs, a lot of good, relaxing sighs.
Have you ever met the person who creates a lot of drama so they can solve the drama, so that they can be the problem solver? But then when you really look at it, they're the ones making all the problems. Have you ever met this person, Chris? Trick question. Yes, he has. Every morning in the mirror.
But what is a drama
without a villain?
And what is the building of this grand company, but if not a drama? No, I've never experienced that in my life.
Oh my God.
Little Billy's like, blah, 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 text, blah, blah, blue, blue. I don't know what you said, Little Billy. Sorry, can't read. It's gas lamping, not gas lighting, says Game Delay. You are a lawyer, though. That's one of my favorite jokes my kids make. Stop gas lamping us, Dad. You gas lamper? That's funny.
So that comes from an old movie.
What movie? Citizen Kane. No.
But one where the
Rosebud.
The husband was gaslighting his wife by making the light, the gas flicker in the house, and she would say it was, and he would say it isn't, and drove her mad.
What movie is that from?
I think it's called Gaslighting.
Is it literally called Gaslight?
I think so. Look it up.
Who knows?
I think so.
Sounds like RoboCop, Big Bob. That's silly.
It's an old black and white. I'm pretty sure it might have been color, but
maybe it was Citizen Kane. Congress says, Jason, can you show us a model with OSL examples in one of the upcoming streams? I have plasma coils to conquer. He does have
coils to conquer.
He has some models with OSL. He could show you an example when he gets to that point in the stream.
Oh, he's just giving away my time for free. That's great.
Well,
that's great, Chris. Thanks.
I don't know how to break it to you.
Oh.
But that's what we do.
Oh, really?
Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Great segue, Jason. Every single day, well, every weekday, that is, you can find us here on all of the platforms. See how seamless that was? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Not Instagram. I just said Facebook. And then YouTube and Twitch. There you go. What else do you want, world?
Don't ask them. They'll come up with something.
Wad, that's a great suggestion, but I don't know if that's going to make the list, unfortunately.
What's that?
LinkedIn!
Oh, I hate all of you. How could you do that to me, Wad? Don't egg him on.
And Kick.
Don't egg him on.
Nope. Double T, we're everywhere.
Does anybody other than horrible bots watch on Kick?
Yeah, we have some people in there all the time.
Hello, Kick.
Not many, and by not many I mean one or two. But
hello,
hey,
Kick.
We count every number.
Welcome.
That's what I say.
Every now and then we just see the in the Kick chat. It's like these bots a lot of the time.
I kick them. You don't even notice. Squishy blampa.
Quishy blampa.
One more time. Can you say that for me?
Quishy blampa.
There it is.
I don't even know what you said.
When are you releasing Plaid Paint, says Droth. You're fired. LinkedIn Live, please, says Joey P. We're working on it, and by working on it, I mean it's not happening.
We're working on it. By working on it, I mean no.
I'm always working on LinkedIn Live in the background. I can't even say that with a straight face. I will.
We have said around here we would do it once. Just for the memes.
But then, that's what I'm saying. Jason is a wealth of business knowledge. I'm just saying, it would be a legitimate thing. Does MySpace let
you stream? Blampa.
Squishy Blampa. Who? Schlanky.
Schlanky.
Thank you, Ghost.
Squishy Blampa.
Gabe would be his only top 5. Hey,
Here's an
Quishy
OSL.
Blampa is a character from Warmachine.
Here's an OSL Jordan did.
Oh. That's great.
The day you tune into a LinkedIn live stream is Dave lost your mind. Me too.
That's the point. That's the point.
Me too. So this is a kind of a witch flame, green magic flame.
I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
We are into that. That's why we're here,
I'm
Chris.
into it.
We're into this kind of thing.
Everybody calm down.
Good God.
It's great.
So that's a way that basically Jordan just painted the whole model without the OSL, then came in and painted the flame, lit up the fingers, and then did the OSL over the top of what he had already painted by brightening the area up and then putting the color of light on top of it. So that's one way to do it. You can do that with plasma glow, you name it, anything. Then there are things like Deidre here, where
Deidre the Wanderer.
I painted Deidre more by just doing a very muddy coloring across things and started adding my light color and whites to it as I went along, oranges and stuff. So I built my brightness onto the model where I wanted the flame coloration to be, and then I painted the flame. Right? And then on the underside with the kind of up lighting from, the eerie pool or, cave moss, mushroom lighting, I painted everything, and then I went back with transparent white, and with the airbrush, hit the model with the transparent white from this angle here. And so everything that the white built up on is where the light would hit it, and then I took transparent green and transparent white mixed together and made this jade color and put it on over the top of the white. And it worked great.
Also, I'm going to give you a little pro tip here. If you go back to January 28th of 2025 and January 30th of 2025, you can actually see Jordan do a full tutorial based on OSL on those two streams.
Release Baby J from the basement. It's absolutely disgusting what you've done to that man.
Little
What?
Billy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you see that the computer is telling us there's a heat warning in effect? Down at the bottom left?
Oh no!
Our computer down at the bottom in the Windows bar, the task bar over on the left has a big warning sign and says heat warning. It's 110.
Look at
you
all
might
that red.
die.
Yikes.
We laugh at the rest of the world with their heat warnings.
I think it's going to be 118 this week. Let's see. Yeah, 117.
Those are rookie numbers.
115 this weekend.
Those are rookie numbers.
Did Chris have those
You gotta
dates
pump those up.
memorized? That was too quick look up. DJ, I didn't have the exact ones, but I knew the time. That's right. I do it for you. I memorize those dates. Well, because I also have, you never know when you're going to get that, hey, I need XYZ. I got to have it up here.
Nobody needs XYZ, Chris. It's not a thing.
I think they do.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like if somebody needs a reference, like, hey, do you remember when you do it with me sometimes, like, hey, you remember when I said this thing about that thing? And then
I do it with you.
Here you go. Well, everybody does it here in chat. So that's why I got to be on the ready for you.
It's so funny
DJ.
on Fridays. Poor Jen. Everybody gets so used to being able to ask you when a thing happened. And Jen's like, don't ask me.
Oh, that's
Ask Chris on Monday. I don't know.
That's because there's so much stuff. I take this very extensive log.
She's so funny, though. I don't know.
There's quite a bit. But typically when it's, now, if you ask me what colors he uses, go watch the VOD.
Hey, what color am I using right now, Chris?
This would be,
Turgert and Furtenbergel.
mahogany,
No.
warm brown,
Nope.
dark umber,
Nope.
I forget. Burnt orange.
Nope.
Any brown color we make. Yes?
That's not how that works.
I don't know. What
See, he
was
doesn't
it?
know. So don't ask him the colors I'm using.
This is the Lord of the Hunt.
This is the Lord of the Hunt.
I know that for sure.
Look at
Somebody
that.
was asking that.
Look at that.
Jimmy the Saint says, brick? We don't make that color here. Mind and Hobbies. What color are you using, Jason?
Dark flesh.
That was my Fifth choice.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Dark Flesh. Got in one try. You know what you did use for that cape, though? Black green. A very, very nice color.
You see how this goes? He's predisposed to the colors that he is like, ooh, I'll use that at home. And then he remembers it. But if I use a color that he's like, whatever, dude, then it's just like off his radar.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
He didn't commit to the bit.
I've never said that once. I've never said, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yes, you have.
What? No, I haven't.
Yes.
I've never said that.
You know when you forget how to wear your hat?
No. Oh, you mean like this?
I will kill him.
Whatever, dude. No, there is not a one-step color called brick. We have rust. We have crimson. We have scarlet red, but no brick. Kenneth the Red, speaking of asking Chris on Monday, last week Jason mentioned something about using Noosh to achieve the capillary action of oil washes. I asked if there could be a quick demo, and then he said he'd remind him this week. I just follow directions like a good student.
You.
Kenneth Red. Maybe we'll get to that.
I did. He is telling the truth, by the way. I did say remind Chris this week.
Beep boop.
And now that is happening. So Chris will mark it down, and we will try to figure out what we can do to show you.
A little nooshy wooshy.
I got to find models that it would work on, though, is the problem. I don't have.
Yeah.
Because I don't paint that way. I got to get a model that'll work. Maybe.
Can you do it like on a tank of some sort? Like, what about that one tank you have that you do those demos on? The panel one?
Maybe. The Rhino?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know what is Kenneth talking about here. Capillary action. You're just talking about just
panel lining.
Panel lining? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Yes. Little Billy says, real question, not a Chris insult. Thank you. I recently finished a bottle of paint and would like to refill it with eclectic salmon. Jason, what's the recipe for that bad boy again? Eclectic salmon.
Eclectic salmon is orange, red, and warm flesh.
50-50?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Mo says, hashtag, still waiting. Hey, Mo. Every time you guys say that, he pushes it back a day.
At least a year.
Panic bomb. Another day right there. Still waiting. There's another one.
8 years. Oh, you'll be waiting, all right.
Emerson says, doesn't one step do the capillary effect? ?
Very well, actually, is what I was going to say, is that you can get a lot of work done for panel lining with any color and either special sauce or just the one-step colors on their own.
One step black.
The new black is going to be great for that.
85. It's been 84
Remember,
years.
like, they don't really have a lot of good panel lines on this.
Oh, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah.
There's like this little one here. There's, they don't really, I think a couple in here. We can show you. Let's get some of the black. Show off some of the new colors. Black.
One step black. Chocolate rain. What? That song just came to my head. I don't know what that
song?
is. Chocolate rain?
Need you to not listen to whatever you've been listening to.
I just heard that the other day. What song is that? Wait,
now
is there?
Like, what song is that? I don't know. What was it? Look at my shiny thumbnail.
It's very.
I just looked down. I was like, "Ah, where did that come from?"
Rust was what I was thinking, Jimmy. That's what I figured.
Wait, what?
You were talking about brick, like the color,
Brick-a-brack.
But somebody mentioned it.
Oh, not for this.
Yeah, no,
Rust.
No.
Okay, yeah. Rust is what the one-step color called brick.
Tech Badger says, Jason, Chocolate Rain is a classic.
I need you to not talk to me that way.
That's what Tech Badger says.
I need you to not talk to me that way. I will remember this, you heathens.
Okay, so Kenneth the Red. Let me really zoom in on this, Jason. Which little part are you going to do?
I don't know. I've got a lot of water on the brush, and what we want here is to kind of get a point and be able to, I may not have enough fluid on the brush now.
There it is. I'm really zoomed in here.
Now, this is basically just kind of going to be pushing more than anything, just kind of dotting along the line.
Would you do more water or more?
You could do more water here. Let's try it with more water. Because this is just straight up one step, not thinned with anything. Right, so if I put more water in there, I don't want it to flow outside the line very badly though, so no, it's just not on top of this matte paint on here, it's just not flowing.
Yeah.
That's going to be the problem that you have with any acrylics, but it does allow us to get in there and very smoothly paint the area.
Yeah.
Because it is filling that gap. It's just not got the ability to run along the line, but if you just kind of drag it along the line, it's good, and then you can touch it up on the outside.
Warmachine is where that wolf model is from, Calm.
Yep.
Lord of the Hunt.
Lord of the Hunt.
Occasionally called Prince of the Occasional Show Up, or whatever I was going.
I'm not real happy with him right now.
Noosh, baby. Man, here we come. Noosh. I'm all about that. That vibe. Get ready.
Get ready.
I love Noosh.
Really? Who'd have thunk?
Who would have thought, Jason?
Oh, sorry.
Who would have thought that? Yes, Noosh, my favorite. It's my favorite.
So a lot of water, a lot of noosh, a lot of one step. See what happens. See what happens.
Oh, you're just going.
I don't think we're going to get the viscosity we need for this. I don't paint this way, so apologize, but
hey.
See, the noosh is not meant to skate though, right? So we're testing for science here, but noosh on its own doesn't, it's not meant to really move. It's meant to stay where you put it. So that's the problem, right? Yeah. Is that we just don't have any. I'm getting less movement with this than I did with just the
one-step black.
Yeah, just the one-step black on its own. I can still paint it in there very easily, but
okay.
You know, and the thing here is if you get outside the line, you can wipe it off completely with the noosh, so it gives you a little bit better workability, obviously. So that would be great. But I still think your best bet is
just doing straight up black.
Let's, instead of a lot of water, let's put more medium in
there. Justin PK says, what are you trying to accomplish? I missed that, what the task is.
Somebody was asking about noosh and panel lining, right? So that you could go in and do panel lining with it. And the answer is, of course you can, but you know, nothing that we make is going to increase that capillary action that will let it draw through the areas. If I use just water and one-step medium, right, I'm still not going to get that fluidity of mineral spirits, because mineral spirits are like water.
Yeah, they're very...
And you have the oil that is meant to... I mean, it's oil. It slides along a surface.
Yeah. We
all know that when you put oil on your fingers, they get slick. And that's just something that acrylics don't do. So again, I mean, I can paint it on there really easily, and it'll go down into the depths. But yeah, I don't have anything that's really going to do. This will be great for, you know, hitting like a rivet, and it'll go around the rivet real quick with the one-step medium and load that up. So that kind of stuff is very easy to do. But you could do that with a wash.
There you go.
Right. So yeah, I don't really look at painting in lines like that.
Yeah.
Number one, like on the top of a tank like this, those lines wouldn't be that black.
Yeah.
Unless they were covered in like caked in dirt. You know,
people just really like that look.
It gives you very high contrast.
Yeah.
You know, but I never paint like that. So I never think about it. I wonder if we gloss coated it, if it would work better. But again, we just don't make a wash that's really meant to do that. You know, the one-step medium, the glazed wash medium will help the paint flow, but your brush is pushing, and the rest of it is gravity. It's not meant to, you know, flow super in-depth. Now, if I take a cup, one last thing we could do is really just over-wet this, because I'm just doing it in the palette. So if I take a little bit of the black, or let's just do, let's try this with just black paint so I get really good opacity out of it first.
What about like transparent black and water? Is that too?
Yeah, again.
But you don't get the
I'm just going to take coal black.
The sticky effect. Or
I want the opacity so I can start from like 100% opacity and then just play with it.
Yeah.
Right. So then let's take the one-step, because the one-step medium is the thing that's closest to what we want. Right, and I'm just going to load it in there. And then just a little bit of water to reduce the viscosity even a little bit more, because the one-step is thinner than the normal paint, but it's still not as thin as water. Thin meaning viscosity-wise. So a little sploosh.
A little skoshly.
A little skoshly.
A little skloopy. A little skalashki.
So this is way thinned down. Now the problem with this is that it's going to be much less impactful in the recesses if it does flow.
Yeah.
Because even though we started with coal black, which is super opaque, we've just now reduced that opacity quite a bit, right? So if I take this, and, you know, put it on my skin, notice how it's not very opaque at all anymore.
Yeah, it's very light.
So as you get that viscosity ready to flow like that, it's going to be tougher to oh, that one's already painted.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of hard right now with this one.
Yeah, that did that whole line.
It's just light on the camera, so it's kind of hard to see. But you can kind of see it.
Yeah, that's drawing down quite a bit, you know, as I touch.
Yeah, there it is,
That's probably, that's 3 and getting the corner there.
Can you scoot over a little? There it is. Yeah.
So that worked really well. You know, it got a little bit outside the line there. I can hit that with my finger and get that to move. So that worked pretty well. That actually flowed along the gap without trying. I'm just loading up the brush pretty heavy and tapping at the top. But it's still like in this thin line, it's not working as well. It would have to be the open one. Oh, that one worked better. That filled in the top without me trying, but didn't really do the side because these are not very deep. This one's better. Yeah. It's not what you want to do. I would just say keep using oils and enamels. They work the best for this. There's really not another solution that works. Yeah. And it, you know, you got to use the mineral spirits. You can get the odorless mineral spirits for oils and stuff that make that a little bit better, but it's still a heavy solvent. So
there you go. Let's go back. Somebody was asking. Gurgle for Nurgle sat and chatted with Mally at Fenn this weekend.
Did you say gurgle?
I think Gurgle for Nurgle.
Gurgle for Nurgle.
Gurgle for Nurgle.
I have questions.
Sat and chatted with Mally at Fenn this weekend. He was super helpful in giving me a demo of Transparency.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Shout out to Mally. He's a great fella.
Fella? Is that all you could come up with? Mally's a great.
He's a good fella.
Did you see how he fumbled there? He's like, Mally's a great gap with pause. Fella. Mally's great. He's a great painter.
I mean, he's okay.
I
mean, we're all just okay here. Yes. Hey, Mally. Shout out. Love you. Great guy.
I apologize.
Hobbit incarnate. Any chance of getting a quick comparison between Dark Emerald and Dark Jade?
Just color-wise? Sure.
Look at us.
Sure.
We're doing everything for you today, chat.
Sure.
Whatever you want.
Dark Emerald, Dark Jade.
Hill Dance. Oh, I've been using the palette cam a lot today. I guess. That's right.
Here's a new way that I've learned we can use the bottles, so I don't have to dirty my brush when showing colors off.
There's dark jade. Says Droth. Droth! Open your eyes to the world. You can't do a shout out to someone who's just okay. Game delay? Shout out to game delay. I can do it to whoever I want. Shout out to the chat, I guess.
Shout out to the producer who doesn't have the camera on the right thing.
Oh.
Dark Jade, Dark Emerald.
I need to see Jade and Bright Jade. Droth! So many demands. That's great. There you go. Dark Jade, I think, has replaced Jade as my favorite Monument Hobbies color, says Philip.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? You can't have Dark Jade be a better favorite over Jade. They're like family.
Are they?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showing me those techniques. I appreciate the advice so much.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Jason does say 100% a lot.
I do. It's a thing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a thing. I have no idea. He's got so much brown.
Philip says, I've been using a lot of Dark Jade lately. It's fantastic. I love Jade too. Dark Jade's dope. That's cool, man. What if I wore my hat like this, Jason?
I will. Look at
the camera.
I'm saying for Dateline right now that you don't even have to have a full episode. If he dies, it was me.
Look at the perspective on it, though.
If Chris dies, this guy. Come talk to this guy.
It makes it look cartoonish.
Because if I didn't do it myself, I paid a guy.
The angle of the camera makes it look like it's not even on my head. It's just like cheap Photoshop over it. Oh, he's gonna throw that knife at me. Get down! Can we get Chris a top hat? Big Bob, we'll get you 112 months. That's what we'll do to you, mister. Chris really lit up a room.
Yeah. Yeah. He was everybody's best friend. He never did anything wrong. Really lit up a room.
60% of the time, Jason says 100% of the time. Every time. Oh, what would we do without all these wonderful people? They're all just so wonderful.
Are you talking bad about our chat?
No, I just called them all wonderful.
That didn't sound very honest.
Mojo Kojo has a question. Any tips for painting horse fur? I did my workup from dark golden brown, orange brown, and khaki.
Hey. I don't believe in the flat earth, and I do not believe in hairy horses, because I have been painting miniatures for over 48 years, and not a single horse has any fur on it. So don't you come in here with your conspiracy theories and try to make
Jason,
that stuff fly around here.
But horses have fur.
That's it. You're one too.
Is it hair or is it fur or is it the same thing?
I won't put up with this. I've been painting miniature horses for so long, and none of them have hair. So you stop it with your conspiracy nonsense.
Oh, you're talking about modeled in there.
You guys just stop with that nonsense.
Mojo Kojo, I don't know if we're going to get to that question. I'm so sorry. There are certain things we will just not answer here because you're trying to do too much.
Go back and tell me again, what was the question?
Oh, it's way
now that I've blown it out of.
It's way up there.
Sorry, I had to go. I had to serve the bit that time. So,
any tips for painting horse fur? I did my workup from dark golden brown, orange brown, and khaki. I've done.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I've done the orange brown stage, which started texturing with orange brown. What do you want, Mojo?
Sounds good. Is it working? Do you like it?
Not sure if I started textures too early my first time. You tell us, Mojo. What are you looking for?
Start the textures with the first color after your base coat. In general, that's the way to do hair. Oh. You want your textures to show up early on in the process.
Oh,
as early as you're comfortable with, because that's how you sell the realism behind it.
This is a good one. Jason,
Christopher,
Could you show us how to cut stray hairs from a brush if you got any?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Give me some time to paint some brown. So I feel like I've done something today.
You've painted today.
I've got green on a cloak, Chris. That's all we can say.
Jason, what did you do? You put paint on the model. That's all that matters.
Hey, Chris, sometimes it
It's
needs a little more.
Put paint on the model Monday.
Is that what it is?
That's right.
It's paint on the model Monday.
Put paint on the model Monday, brought to you by Monument Hobbies.
And Kroger Foods.
And Bash's Supermarkets. Green on cloak, painted equal. That's T-Schmid. Now you know what's going on. Droth says,
don't try to make me feel better.
Droth says, is there a way to save chalky paint job? No. Throw the model in the garbage. You're done.
Wait, what?
Over. Garbage. You're done. You're screwed.
Wow.
Take your model, throw it in the garbage.
Chalky
Chalky effect, throw it in the garbage.
I don't even know.
Maybe it looks good even.
I don't even know why he's here.
That's right. I told you. Chris said the title of the stream. He did a thing. See how we did that? Thank you, Game Delay. I always bring it full circle. Come on now.
What are you even talking about? What did you bring full circle?
I said...
Throw the model away is what you just said.
Well, that's different. Throw the model away. Droth, take your model, throw it away.
Don't do that. Don't listen to this man. He is the worst.
Take your model, garbage can.
Chat, has he... Today, earlier, when he said he loves chat...
I love them.
Did
so deeply. I love every single one of you.
This is like it puts the lotion on the skin kind of love.
But I love them, Jason. They make me feel things.
Oh God. How did we get here?
Game Delay. Yes, I did say the title. Jason, that's the title of the stream today.
What?
Put paint on the model Monday.
Oh.
See how I did that? See, it all makes sense here for all of you little hobby nerds out there.
Sackville Bagginses.
Love to hate us. No, somewhat civil. I like all of you. You're all great.
Hey, don't believe him.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You just told one of our lovely viewers to throw their model away when they asked if chalky paint was fixable.
Throw it away.
You said...
We can fix it.
Don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away. Dross says, really, though, my warm yellow is chalky. I don't know how to save it.
I'd have to see a picture when you say chalky, right?
Yeah.
If it has a texture to it, right?
Maybe you could base coat it again, go over it, and then start over?
Yeah, typically I would say base coat it. If you've created texture by letting pigment pile up, either painting too thin or and too much liquid on the model, then that's a little bit tougher because it's going to have a visual texture to it at the end.
The finish looks like chalk. Interesting. Probably need more details on that, Droth, because that
we'd have to see it.
A lot of different things.
The only thing that causes that to happen is too much fluid on the model, right? Or too many thin layers built up. And so as long as the texture isn't something that you think you can feel, then you can just put an opaque layer over the top and build up again.
What's Monument Hobbies' perspective on paint markers?
Justin RPK, I'm not a fan. I think that they could be used for things like doing, trim on a Heldrake. I think there's very few situations. You're not going to do much with this model with a marker that's going to give you good results. Acrylic markers have been around for decades. It's not something that I, would ever have thought about using on miniatures, other than I've used them occasionally on like large mecha stuff. I know I've had buddies that have used them on Gundam and things like that, but yeah, I'm not.
This is the Lord of the Hunt from Warmachine. Matt B says, with the transparent paints mixed with your one-step medium, making a good contrast paint.
Yeah.
That's what the one-step medium does, Matt B.
Yep.
It takes
with any of our colors.
Yep.
Any of our colors.
And with the transparents, it's awesome. I would start light on the transparents, right? Because they're very punchy.
Yeah, they're very, very punchy.
So
you can thin the crap out of them and still get a lot of vibrancy.
Beef Berkey, I don't know if Jason would do a Heldrake on stream. I don't know if I could live through that. Non-metallic metal. Should I go with...
Non-metallic metal Heldrake.
Should I go white, then black,
Wow, I
yellow?
thought you people liked me. Where did this hate
I don't
vitriol
know.
come from?
Droth says, should I go white, then black, yellow?
for fixing the yellow.
Yeah, is that what you're talking about, Droth?
If you use white over the top, that's going to give you a very bright base to start from, and then you could do the warm yellow back over the top.
I see. Going back somewhat civil, was the yellow on top of anything like pink? Yellow does not cover well. Oh, I see what you're saying. Not black. Got it. Okay, I brought that back. Yeah, going black.
I think Droth's been talking about having problems with warm yellow for a while now, and it's really just an application thing of making sure that you're applying it in a thick enough layer to get the color the way you want it. Because if you thin yellow, now you've exacerbated the issue of it being lower opacity, with also adding lower viscosity, and now you're going to be able to see through and have it be streaky. And in order to compensate for that, some people do more layers, and more layers of low viscosity yellows and things can wound up causing pigment to kind of flow into big groups if the paint's too wet. But I mean, warm yellow as a paint by itself is only less opaque. It doesn't have any issues, or should not have any issues, with being able to apply the color that you want. It just will not be super opaque, right? The only real opaque yellow in our line is bismuth.
Yeah.
And you can use bismuth as a base, but it's a cooler yellow. So you put warm yellow over the top, and it's going to be a little bit different overall coloring, but it still looks really good. So you can do that. But I like warm yellow over the things that enhance the warmth of it, like, burnt orange, Nova orange, things like that.
Yeah.
So I build my yellows when I want to go warmer over oranges, typically, although you've seen me do like all of the Blood Angel golds are done with warm yellow and such over the greens, and it works great, right? Some of these guys are still in various stages of that. But
Punisher. Non-metallic Helldrake would provide stream content for the rest of the year.
But that's the warm yellow over the dark yellow green.
Yep.
Is the way that I do it here. And I'm using the first layer of warm yellow over the dark yellow green to give me the blended color. And then the second layer of warm yellow to build up more of the yellow looking the way I want it. And then you go with pale yellow or bright yellow ochre into pale yellow, whatever you decided you wanted to do. And you can brighten it up as you need to. But it works great as an interim step. If what you're painting wants to be warm yellow, remember to just build up more yellows underneath it and have that warm yellow be the last color that you are putting on as a highlight. Very thin. Now, I feel like somebody had asked me to do something else that I said, let me get done doing some brown. Does anybody remember?
I'm looking here. Yes, it was... One moment, please.
Somebody wanted to see something.
You did emerald green with dark
No,
jade.
it was after that. Somebody had asked me to do something, and I said, let me finish doing this brown.
Let's see.
I'm about to be done with the brown, so I want to know. I want to remember. Ask again if you're out there.
Oh, yes, I know what it is. Can you show us how to cut stray hairs from the brush?
Oh, yeah.
If you have any. Great question, by the way. I always need to get a refresher on this. See, Jason, I got you there, I remembered.
That was a test. You failed.
I did get it, though. So technically I did pass.
It's all about time and efficiency.
That was pretty quick. Just because I'm just saying.
Quick according to what? Molasses in the winter?
I see what you're trying to do.
You see what I did?
Yep.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. Okay.
All right.
He'll find a brush with a stray hair. Don't you worry.
Okay.
We'll pick right up with that.
Okay.
What can brown do for you? Says Ghost Hunter.
Hey,
get you a timeout.
Whoa!
Mister.
It is not time for poop jokes.
Yeah. This is a very professional business LinkedIn potential
future. So how
future
about that
industry.
Taco Bell?
Oh, too soon? No free pub for Taco Bell. This episode is brought to you by Taco Bell.
It will never be brought to you by Taco Bell after this
Not
last
in this
fiasco.
house,
Not
mister.
in this house. This man is at his last Taco Bell.
Jason is done with that.
It's going to be a long, long, long time. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to trust him again.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, it remembers. It remembers good. Okay.
All right, let's grab a brush.
Straight
I know we have brushes with stray hairs because I have a cup of them over here that are like a bajillion years old.
No.
I mean, I have brushes from all walks of life over here. See if we can find one that has a good stray hair. I mean, I can make a stray hair. Yeah, I like this one. Here's a Dauntless that we have used to absolutely abusive potential. It has paint almost halfway up the thing. Look, it only bends over right there. So, yeah, let's zoom in on this guy.
Okay.
If you have a hair, so what will happen on brushes is that you will have brushes in the bundle that will break off, right?
You have
lose their tip,
yeah,
right? And as the tip of a hair breaks off, causes it to shorten, right? So see that one?
Yeah, let me refocus. There it is. Yeah.
Right, see that one?
Uh-huh.
So when they break off at the tip, they're now shorter than the rest of the bundle. And so when you paint with them, they're not touching the model the same way. They're not moving the same way. And they can tend to hook outside and cause you problems because if they get paint on them and all that kind of stuff. This one's horrible because it's like blonde.
Keep coming down a little bit.
But what you want to do is take the hair, right, where it sticks off to the side like that. You can barely see it. But here, let's do something here. Let's.
It's almost because it's dark. Because
well. Let's get some paint on it. There you go. I rubbed it on the
nice.
palette. There you go.
That's great.
So now it has a paint on it, right? So we can see that hair, and it's off to the side. And of course, a hair like this will still get paint on it, and occasionally go to paint your model, and it'll put a drop of paint on something you don't want it to. So what you need to do is take the flat side of your clippers, right? Hopefully you have a pair of clippers with a flat side. Take the back side, regardless, and separate it out from the bundle. Pull it all the way down to the ferrule. So where you have the jaws of your clippers down to the ferrule, and then clip it right at the neck of the ferrule, right? Like so. So now you've got there's the hair, and we pulled it all the way down here because now you haven't left a nub that will catch paint and cause you problems. If you cut it just like up here, then you've still got a short hair that might get paint in it and cause you all sorts of problems and still stick out to the side. So as you're going around, I mean, obviously this brush is completely cantankerous, but again, you know, I can pull that one off and I can just drag it down to the bottom of the ferrule and clip it off.
Yeah.
And so that's all you have to do. If you have a brush whose tip has blunted out because you've broken some of the bristles at the tip, or it's just not ever providing a sharp tip anymore, you cannot cut like this. Now, if you have one like I don't know that I have any of these because these are rare, but every now and then you'll get a sable that might have a long lead hair to it that pulled in the bundle when they made it, and it might be long at the tip or something. That one, if you have to cut it, don't ever cut it across like this, because guaranteed you have better chance to miss and clip other hairs and wind up blunting your brush. You want to basically hold, you notice how the bundle of hairs has a little bit of an elliptical to it. So you would want to match the curve of the brush with your clippers like that. Yeah. Right? And then just go up here and you would want to clip it up at the top and clip it off. Don't try to cut any of the hairs like this because you will blunt the brush. So that's the harder one to do. I don't even know what this brush is.
Snowblink, he said, can Jason show us how he used to cut brushes to how he wanted? Can you cut to repoint a brush?
No, what I would do is I would trim my brush. That's a good question. I could probably use one of these junky ones that I just had. So this is not going to really show you a whole lot because this brush is beat up, right? But imagine like with the brush itself taking and clipping and creating a shape, right, that I would get the belly out of the brush. So I would rotate it around and continue to clip to where I got a straight-sided brush.
Can you come down a little?
No.
There it is. Yeah.
No. And so getting it wet, pulling it out to the side, and cutting a bunch. My blade is, oh, there it is, not sharp enough to cut it. So I would basically continue to cut like this up towards the middle top. So I'm never cutting the bristles across the top again. But I would cut the side of the brush in like this.
Yeah.
Right? And just rotate the brush and continue to cut it. And it would give you a really frizzy brush that you might have because you've now cut some of these hairs along the side, as you can see where I just did that.
Yeah.
You've now cut some of these to where they're really short. Zoom in real close.
Yeah.
You see how short those are?
Yeah.
Right? So that is not good for the brush, which is why ultimately you want to, buy the right size brush, and why we started making brushes, because I would have to then come and cut all those down.
Right.
Right? But what happens is that I would get rid of the belly of the brush. Because most of the rounds you would get, even the smaller rounds, would have a flame shape, right?
Yeah.
And I hated that, because for doing edge highlighting and things like that, it always got in the way and was a bummer. So I would trim them to where I was cutting enough around the diameter of the brush that it got rid of that barrel shape, still kept the length and the overall ability to draw in paint that I needed. Well, not really, because the more bristles you cut out, the less paint it will hold. But I was basically just sizing the brush down. That's why you'll find with our brushes, our sizing seems to run a little different. And that a number 3 might be equivalent to a number 2 in other lines.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. There you go. The more you know. Wow. I mean, that's cool, you know?
That's the other thing you do when you're
Yeah, it's cool.
just kind of not paying attention.
No, I paid attention to that one. I even wrote it down.
Well, don't write that one down. We don't ever want anybody watching that one.
Well, you did it live on stream. What are you talking about?
We don't. That's not one we want to save for a short. I don't want people cutting their brushes
No,
down.
not that part. No, somebody was asking, like, how do you cut a stray hair? And there was a little bit in there that you did, which was good.
Yeah.
The shaping thing, no. But we do get that question quite often, like how you handle a stray hair. But mainly that's because there's also, you could just need to also clean your brush a lot of times too.
Yep. Well, the stray hairs will happen no matter what, because after using a brush for long enough, it'll fatigue the tip of certain bristles and they'll break.
Yeah.
So it's more prone on natural hair brushes than it is on synthetics. Synthetics have to be really hammered before that happens. But, I've said it all the time. If you go and scrunch your hair in your hand, you would pull out like hair bits.
Right.
Because they'll break off the tip of your hair. And that's what happens on a natural brush. And, a natural brush doesn't have the follicle attached to it any longer. So it doesn't even have the natural oils that keep the hair workable.
Yeah.
So eventually it dries out if you don't moisturize, clean it, and all that stuff.
Clean your brushes after you use
brushes.
them.
Clean your brushes with Gentastic's Drunken Brush Goop, because it also conditions them.
And how do you plan on speed painting up the skulls on these?
Well, I'm not planning on speed painting. I might use the one-step colors. I've been showing off some one-step colors, but not with the intention of really
I don't think
speed
Super
painting.
Bleeder, he's going to go fast on this.
No, that hasn't been the want on these models, to go fast. I mean, with the fur, it was just a way to show you the power of one-step on doing stuff like that.
Yep.
Which gives you a good base, but I think as you start painting the fur more, we'll continue to do more highlights and undertones on it and can make it as detailed as we want.
Are your paints mostly single pigment paints?
Only where it makes sense to use single pigment paint. So like bismuth yellow, ultramarine, coal black, titanium white. The ones that you would expect to be are. The other ones are blends. There's lots of blended hues in our line. It's the only way to get to certain colors. You can't make every color single pigment.
Ghost Hunter said, is there a one-step...
Not cheaply and effectively, and not with acrylics.
Ghost Hunter says, is there a one-step bone?
No. There is, in this next grouping in set 2, there is both the bronze yellow and olive yellow that both work really well for like dingy skeleton undercolors.
You could
and then you can paint ivory and stuff over the top of them.
Yeah. Yep.
That's probably what I'll do for these, just to show you. I also really, really like the dark green brown as a base for skulls. It works really, really well if you thin it.
Oh, yeah. And then put it over white like this. It'll be perfect. Just, oh, so perfect. Tasserith says, in a previous episode, you had talked about how hard water can affect an airbrush.
Yep.
Could hard water also affect a traditional brush? Should we rinse with distilled water, or is that taking things too far?
I mean, I always think it's taking things too far because you're always going to be putting acrylic paint in there. And acrylic resins curing in your brush are worse than hard minerals in the water. So I don't really think that you have to, really pay that kind of attention. Some people do, and to great effect. And if you do, great. I don't think it's worth the effort. I've never done it in all my years of painting and never missed it. I've never thought that, what would save my brushes is using expensive distilled water to rinse them with. Nah. I think, we use tap water for everything we do here. Just be better than I am at cleaning your brushes and you're fine. Because like I said, with resins and pigments getting in the brush the entire time you're painting, you're already fighting all of that. So as long as you clean it, you'll be back to basically having like a new brush. And if you're painting with sables most of the time, then cleaning them with something like our Drunken Brush Goop that has a good conditioner in it too is a godsend.
Yeah.
And will definitely allow you to get more life out of your brush for way longer.
You just have to clean them. Right, Jason?
Yeah, I usually say, after every session is a good one, but even if you're just like me and you're like, you know what, I'll get to it once a week, that's fine.
Yeah, until it becomes a nuisance, I would imagine.
You've seen us on stream live go through and basically rebirth destroyed brushes.
Yeah.
You just don't want to have to rely on that all the time. It's nice to have that as a parlor trick. But cleaning them more often is definitely a better way to go about that.
Panic Bomb says, I need that Spanish water. I have a subscription for Spanish water, only $20 a month. Ghost Hunter says, I don't know what you're talking about.
You do you, buddy.
I need that Spanish water. No, what we can provide you is Arizona tap water. Some of the hardest water on the planet.
Yes. Yes. Don't.
Hey, you know what? We do all of this stuff you see on stream with Arizona water. You don't need it.
Have you heard of Flint, Michigan?
You ever seen a grown man naked? Don't you sass the good water, says Philip. Philip. Drink filtered water. You animal. You heathen. Here he comes.
I like the taste.
I like the minerals.
But I like the taste.
You mean the
It means
crap?
I don't have to. It means I don't have to drink. I don't have to take vitamins.
Philip says our water is filtered. It's potable. Potent potables.
Philip's a Marine.
Philip also
He's
just
had
got
all the
back
bad
from
water.
the doctor to examine that brain tumor from all the water consumption. The braining amoebas.
Oh, you hush.
Jabe says, I prefer it from the hose. I'm sure you do.
Oh, the warm. Oh, my God, dude.
Gross.
It's like we're at that point of the year where it's like you go to the kitchen to wash your hands and you're like, why is it always burn? There's no such thing as cold water right now. Even the refrigerator cooler doesn't have enough oomph to keep the water cool for long. It's like, do I get water or do the dogs get water? And then I have to go sit for an hour while it cools the rest of it down so you can come and get another glass. Horrible.
Sun Chaser, Spanish water is a running gag by a certain Spanish painter,
we know.
BTW.
We know.
I'm just saying, Arizona tap water is the magic. That's what you need. I realized I don't think I've seen Jason demonstrate using basing textures. Do you have any archived videos on that? Of course we do.
We have a
video coming out very soon.
He keeps saying that for like a month. You say you've been editing this video. You realize how long that's taking, right?
I have, yes. Where is it? It is right. This is the one where he goes over it.
I don't think the people believe you anymore.
They do.
Here, I know.
Hold.
I know. I don't.
I'm gonna give you this link right here. This one. Right here. Jason goes through. He uses a bunch of the basing textures on this one right here. Kablanky. Schlambangy. There you go.
Schlambangy?
Schlamblowski. Hit that link right there. You can watch that whole thing, and he bases that whole thing. I don't drink tap water because I see what it does to our faucets, says Scorched Earth. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell that to Philip.
When you have like the calcified gunk at the faucet nozzle, there's a problem. It doesn't even have to like be in the sink around the drain. It's literally in the grate on the nozzle. That's why they invented for Arizona the shower heads that have the rubber nipples on them, so that you can rub your finger across them and knock out all the hard mineral buildup and get your shower nozzle to work again. We innovate so much here in the land where people shouldn't live.
Philip says, my stomach isn't a faucet, though.
Oh, God.
I don't know what to tell you, Philip.
He just is going to keep on like this. He can't be stopped.
I'm going to mention this at your funeral. If he would just have stopped drinking the water. Philip. Does he have a 20 in his wallet? Oh, Philip says, must be nice to knock down all those straw men you're standing up. Oh, boy. Philip. I'm just saying. You could drink. You even have RO at your house. I believe you have filtered water at your home. It's like, I don't use it. Oh, no.
I don't use it.
Makes your bones strong or whatever.
Or whatever. Did he say whatever?
No, that's Skills Bacon says, isn't there calcium in milk? Makes your bones strong or whatever.
It does something.
Oh. That's wild.
Wild, weird stuff. Wild, wacky stuff.
I won't read it. I cook with filtered water, so it doesn't. Okay. Philip, you cook with filtered water, but you won't drink it? There's so many flaws in this. City says, I love water I can really chew on.
Yeah.
Ew.
I like the texture.
Oh.
I like our water for the texture. Ugh.
You talked... causing them weird texture. You talked about too much water making pigment piles and causing weird texture. If that happened somehow through no fault of my own, what would I do to fix it? Hey, check this out. Next Level Painting, Longhorn TV rated. Welcome in, Raiders. We appreciate it.
If you get rough texture due to, like, it usually comes when you're glazing, lots of layers, and you wind up over thinning or applying too much liquid on the model.
Kenny,
because the pigment's basically, what's going on, Kenny? The pigment basically floats, right? You've got pigment floating in a suspension. That's how paint works. And if that suspension, the paint, is floating all over the surface of the model, so is the pigment. And so then when the water evaporates, the pigment's kind of random into where it sits if it's too wet. And so that can bulk up and make texture where you don't want it. So just have to be careful. How to fix it if it happens? Repaint the area, unfortunately.
I've been trying out the dry palette. What's the best way to mix paints and not have them dry crazy fast?
My gut is to say, when you figure it out, let me know. No, I mix every time I go to the palette, right? Because the mixture itself is going to dry out very quickly on the dry palette.
And I wouldn't spread your paint too thin.
Yeah, just don't spread the paint too thin. We have a really good video talking about that.
Right there. Quablam.
But when you mix, you're going to spread your paint out too thin.
Yep.
That's just part of the process. And so as you're spreading the paint around in the mixture, just understand that you'll be pulling from those two piles of paint, continually as you go back to the palette. That's the answer.
Yep. Hit
And
that
if
link right
if
there.
you're
It's great.
painting with a color scheme that requires the color that you're mixing in mass amounts, then just mix some of that color in a bottle. Get a spare bottle or a cup and do it that way so that you're not having to worry about having it dry out on the palette. I have to wick it away from his bunghole real quick.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? I said I have to wick the color away from his bunghole.
This is a professional business stream, soon to be on LinkedIn. We can't use terms like that.
What would you prefer me to say? His sphincter?
Yikes. I don't know, man.
Your body has way more sphincters, so that's not a very good descriptor.
Oh, my.
So if I just say, get it away from the sphincter, then I have to explain which sphincter. And that would have been taken care of by just saying, I've got to wick it away from his bunghole. Everybody understood, Chris. Everybody's got one. Everybody poops. I love dishing it back.
Hey,
Just a
you
little bit.
do what you want.
Just a little bit.
This is your time, Jason,
My time?
to do whatever you
It's
want.
my time to shine.
It is 4:08. It's after 4 p.m., so legally Jason can say bunghole on stream. That's right, Sidious. Correct. It is the after hours portion of stream.
I don't think you people understand.
Legally and technically, we can say whatever we want.
That's not true.
You can say anything legally once. Legally.
No, that's technically. It's not legally.
I think you can do whatever you want. I need to use the restroom. I'll be back.
Oh my God.
This is the after hours portion of the stream.
He's been waiting for this.
I need to use the restroom. I'll be back.
Dark green brown. I can't say it's my favorite one-step color, but holy cow, it's such a good color. It's very, very good. When I was using it on all the rebels we painted for the Adepticon Legion thing we did with Dallas, the dark green brown was just so good. For like the packs and the webbing and stuff. Here I'm just using it as a dark underlayment for these. They won't be this color, but it gives me a good... I'm trying to, as you can see, there's a lot of... is that brown on this model? And so by doing lots of different underpinning colors like the dark flesh, the dark umber, the dark green brown, we could do some dark orange brown like on the quiver. Is it called a quiver when it holds spears? I don't know. But all of these colors as bases will allow the same or similar brown workups to look really good. I think he kind of has the same wrap on his feet. So let's take advantage of that.
My name's Jason. Hoopity hoopity hoo.
I think he's back. He's making fun of me, so.
Speaking of feet, Chris stinks.
Dun dun dun! I mean, he smells okay.
I smell decent.
He smells pretty
I'm a
decent.
good smelling guy.
He smells pretty decent. He bathes. He's not trying to be Smelly McSmellerson. Well, maybe he is, but he's not doing a
Smelly
very good job of it.
McSmell. Wait a minute. Smell. What's the base color you're using for that green cloak? And it's black green. Carl of Duty. Why are Chris's hands olive yellow colored?
We don't ask that when he just got back
That
from the
story is yet to
bathroom.
be told.
He just got back from the bathroom. The bathtub.
No, I definitely took a bath just now. Thanks for the stream, big dogs.
In the
Catch you
toilet?
tomorrow, little Billy. That's where we all bathe, don't we?
You bathe in the toilet?
Of course I do.
What the?
I'm not worthy of the tub.
Get his mom on the horn. What have you done?
What have I done? That one was for Philip.
She's like, he was never worthy of the bathtub. All he had to do was eat his vegetables.
You remember that book called The House of the Scorpion?
No.
You never read that book?
No.
Who out there had to read that book? House of the Scorpion. That one stuck with me for some reason.
I read Mommy Dearest. Is it like that?
No. It was like the premise of the book, correct me if I'm wrong out there, everybody. The premise of the book was the beginning of it was this boy, right?
I read this one.
He was stuck in the... Okay. He was stuck in this like barn thing, and he was kind of treated as like an animal and stuff like that. And he didn't know for years why he was, but like they had to like... He was literally treated like an animal in a barn, and they, were like feeding him food and doing all this stuff, right? And it wasn't until
they were taking care of him, and he was an ungrateful little brat. I read this one.
No, he wasn't. No, he was being treated like an animal, so very poorly.
Whoa! But they were feeding him.
Yeah, but like
so
like
he was
an
taken
animal.
care of.
Yeah, it's not. It was.
Our dogs, our animals are taken better care of than we are.
That's true.
So I think it's just a story of a boy who's ungrateful.
I'm getting to the part though, Jason.
Well, you're taking your own sweet time about it, for crying out loud. Storyteller Chris over here.
Then, long story short, he finds out that he's a clone.
It's a long story, all right.
He's a clone of a man, and they're going to harvest his organs to keep the old man alive and replace the old man's heart. And apparently the old man has been doing this for years and is like 180.
Was his name Wayland?
No.
Are you sure? Was he in a movie
talking
called
about Scorpion
Alien?
King? No, we're talking about House of the Scorpion, which I guess was the Scorpion King. I don't know. None of this matters. Life is fleeting, and
life is fleeting.
Life
None
sucks,
of this
and
matters.
then you die. There you go. What else you want from me? And that's all of the time we have today, folks. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I thought we'd all be into this, and now everybody sucks.
And now everybody sucks.
What is this guy trying to say?
Damn, chat. He's very mean to us, isn't he?
No, it's just mainly...
Do we have a meeting today? I think we do, right?
Do I have a meeting today? What am I, your calendar?
Yes,
I am. Yes, we do have a meeting at 4:30.
Olive yellow. I'm going to show some new paint. What's in this meeting? Is this one of Gabe's meetings?
Gabe would
that
say
he
your
keeps
mom.
moving to like every other day of the week?
Yeah, let's see. Hello.
This is one of those Gabe meetings that Gabe keeps moving. Gabe literally moves these meetings around. They've been on every day of the week, and then he never shows up, and then he's like, I should move that meeting.
Let's make another meeting.
Let's make another meeting.
Gosh, can't we just paint? Are we talking about House of the Scorpion? Thank you, Jen. Shout out to Jen.
Jen knows all this because she taught teenagers for years.
I know. Jen, that's what I'm talking about, Jen. It was... That book stuck with me. That or Jen is being extremely nice right now.
She is that as well, so you never know.
Shailene, Chris gets spicy sometimes.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
100%. Just some of the time. Pretty much every day, actually.
I don't think it's every day.
He says, I bring nothing but positive energy.
Dan Osborne, Chris can read? Oh, no, I can. Surprise. Can I read? That's the main question. A meeting about water hardness. That's right. Yes, we're having a meeting about water hardness. Can we check the pH levels of the water? Somebody? Scorched Earth says, I expressed my appreciation for Chris and he ignored it. No! Chris, I appreciate you. Scorched Earth! Yes! I appreciate you! Dan Osborne says, miss you guys. Adepticon isn't here soon enough. I know.
Good God.
Check that out, though.
Dan, I'll let you come work here. You can come run the stream, and I'll go do whatever you were doing.
Come on down. Hey, hit this right there. Hit that link right there. That is the MAA celebration link for 2027. You can get all the information you need at that link right there. Great segue, Dan. I see what you're doing there.
Hang out with your buddy Chris.
We could do this. Oh, he's using olive yellow, by the way. He showed that earlier.
Yeah, I did.
He's going to miss me when I'm gone.
Who?
You are.
What?
Dan says, me? Building Titans because you know the world needs more stompy robots. You could. You'd have to figure out that camera angle, but anything's possible.
So, Chris.
Yes, sir.
This weekend, I went and found a PT camera setup for Blackmagic.
A PT?
Yeah.
For Blackmagic?
Yeah.
Which one? You
with
talking
a
about
camera controller and a pan tilt.
Which one?
I
know many.
Starts with an E.
I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yukon is the brand name or something like that. It might be the one you're talking about.
No.
Was it Blackmagic branded?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't. I'll find it again.
Did you guys ever decide on a size limit? Nothing over 12 inches high, correct, Jason? That's what we were talking about?
12 inches, yeah. And the categories, the sizing for, we're limiting it to 12 inches. We will have a disclaimer on there that states that, we reserve the right to change that as new information about the cases comes out. Adepticon is talking about working with us to change up the cases, but we don't know if we'll be able to do that this year or it might be for next. I say that this year and next doesn't make much sense because it's either 2027 or maybe 2028. So things will change, and it doesn't mean that it'll be that way forever. We just know that we need to make sure that we don't have a loss of space because of having to remove too many shelves for monstrous minis. I mean, it is the miniature art show, so I would like you to keep it to things under 12 inches tall. But 12 inches is a lot to deal with, so you have a lot of room to do some really cool stuff. This olive yellow is insane. It's so good. It's a really gross, nurgly color, so you could use this olive yellow on a really fast zenithal workup to do all of your Death Guard or Nurgle AOS guys. Plague Marines. It's very, very nice. Or as a base for rotted skulls on the Lord of... Oh, wait, you're not the Lord. You're the lordling of the...
No, he's the Prince of...
Prince of Occasional Outings.
Yeah, there it is. The Prince of Occasional Outing. Dan says, no worries. I'm entering my Warbringer Titan in GD, and we'll have something else super special for MAA. Oh, look at that.
Well, the Warmbringer's not 12 inches tall anyway.
Is it?
No.
I believe it is. The Warbringer?
No. Wait a minute. I'm thinking about the War Master. Or what? No, what is it called?
I don't know.
For Adeptus Titanicus.
I think Dan's talking about the other one.
What's a Warbringer? Is that some sort of Warlord Titan that has a new loadout that I don't know about?
Some mythical. The Warbringer is massive. It's the size of a toddler. Oh. That's a big kid. Jason, we do have a meeting.
Well, life's hard. I'm painting. I'm going to get these skulls done come hell or high water. You will not stop this train, Chris. You can't. I am so excited for everybody to get set 2. We were talking about it today. Great. Set 1 was great. Set 2 sets a different standard because these colors are so amazing.
Ooh. I'm talking, the Warbringer is massive. It's the size of a tower, and I'm talking about the Phil 28mm size one. It's the one with the gun on its back. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Wild. When will the FLGSs have the sets?
Probably those start shipping out next week, I think. At the end of the week.
Yes, and we've said this historically. Whenever your store gets it,
They can sell
they'll
it.
just sell it. We don't make them wait. So,
But that being said, they won't have an opportunity to get it too early because remember,
We're
the
excited.
August 12th is on us before we know it. Gen Con's next week, or Gen Con's this weekend. What am I saying?
no, it's this week.
Gen Con's this week because Gabe and the crew leave tomorrow morning. And so as they get set out there, then you'll be able to pick up sets at Gen Con, obviously, and then we start selling on the 12th, and the retailers start getting their shipments sent out sometime next week.
There you go.
And so, maybe they would have some stores that were on the early end of that would have it by next weekend. That could be a thing. I think I kind of want to do his face skull the same way. I'm going to put this on there just because I'm having a fun time. I may change this later. But he's got... I don't know on these guys if this is his actual head or if it's a mask. I always assume it's a mask, but it doesn't really have a place for a mask, so I'm going to go with maybe he's just like literally a skinwalker kind of guy with a dead skull head. I like that story better. It's very imposing.
Really? What are they going to do? Fire Jason, says Ghost Hunter.
For what?
He's fired.
They fire me every day.
And then Shailene says, I think most of their meetings are with people outside of Monument that they work with, but they can't take away his birthday. So, hey, you know what? You can't take away anything here at Monument Hobbies. We will remain the same no matter what.
That's the olive yellow. Just over a base. Gives you a really, really great color for basing skulls because now you can go back over that with bone.
Oh,
And ivory highlights. And yeah, it's going to be great. Thin the bone down a little bit and it's great.
Hey, Ogre, thank you so much. Yes, we're just about to wrap it up here ourselves. I love that. That's a great color, a base color.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. So using the one step mostly just to get my base colors on here and then layering up over the top is a wonder, right? Like the dark green brown to do the wraps makes that super simple. And then we can go back and layer up over the top. Same with the skulls. And then there's other bones all over here that I will base maybe with the bronze yellow to give them a different color for like the leg bones and stuff. But again, one step, just a great way to get color on the model, and then you can continue to layer up over the top like you would normal painting and take it to the sky's the limit. Paint your next Golden Demon winner with it. But thank you, everybody, for hanging tight with us, watching some paint dry. Asking some phenomenal questions today. Hopefully we gave you some really good answers. You got some good learning done.
Oh, yeah. Great
Did we
questions
learn
today,
you?
everybody.
And
we love that you love to hang out with us every day.
have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, evening, or morning. It's almost morning for some people, right? Yeah, it's like going to be close to 1 a.m., 12:30.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
1:30 in the morning in Europe.
It's almost 5 o'clock here.
Holy buckets. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate that you choose to spend your time with us. We love seeing you around. Make sure if you happen in here on a random journey through the interwebs or through a raid that you hit the follow or the subscribe button depending on what platform you're watching. We do this Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right.
On Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok,
Soon to be.
LinkedIn.
Oh,
Not doing it.
maybe eBay, Amazon. We could do them all.
eBay started doing live.
Yeah, they
Like
did.
just because they got to keep up with that other thing that does like the home shopping network with people in their bedrooms. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So
Yes.
anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do this every day. Like I said, we'd love to see you back around here. Make sure to check out the links Chris put in chat. Go to monumenthobbies.com or monumenthobbies.eu for your next batch of hobby products. We'd love to see you paint with our stuff. Enjoy the questions. We're here to help inform you, get you more excited about painting, and have a better journey as you turn gray things into colorful masterworks
That's right.
of art. So thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to stick around. Chris is going to find us somebody to raid. So show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow. Adios, gang.
Bye.